everybody, and welcome back to another video. First video of 2025. I was going to make a video of my Christmas stuff, and I did. The video was just really long, and I tried filming on my other phone, and the quality was just so junk, and I had been feeling on and off about putting it up, and I just deleted it altogether because I said forget about it. And then I got sick. I was sick before Christmas break, and then I stopped being sick, and then New Year's Eve I felt like trash, and then I ended up getting a sinus infection and being sick. But now I am here, ready to film this video. It is stupid cold outside right now, and so I'm off school for the next 2 days. And so I thought, what better than being off school than making a video. So if you read the title of this video, I am going to show you a lot of different things. So let's just jump right into the video. First things first, if you have not been a part of my channel and watching throughout the years of different things, I used to do a thing known as bullet journaling / junk journaling, because it's not technically close enough to be bullet journaling, but it's not also junk journaling either. It's kind of a mix of both, and I decided I wanted to do that again this year. And so here's my bullet journal, and yes, it is covered front to back with fortunes from fortune cookies, because I don't know why, I always just found these to be very, I don't know, I feel like they work well as decoration. So I'm going to show you the inside of this. I don't know why the front is already warped. So you see that? It's already curled. I don't know if that's from the glue or what it's from. I know it's not from where it's sitting, but... So this is the inside. This is the first stick. My last one, if you haven't seen my very first one, you'll have to go search through my channel to find the videos of my actual first bullet journal. It had stickers galore on the front and the back paper, and I wanted to continue doing that, but I thought about just sticking them on the inside. So these are the stickers I started off with. This one down here is from my phone. I usually keep stickers on my phone to decorate them, and then I'm gonna rip them off and stick them on here. So there's that one. I got this one with a blind date with a book that I got for January. I actually had tried making a video with showing all my books that I got for Christmas, and a big book haul, and I opened it up, and then for some reason when I wanted to edit and post it, that footage disappeared on me, and I don't know where it went to. But I had opened up a blind date with a book for January, and this was the sticker that came with it. It says she's got a book for every situation, and I can't wait to show you guys probably in the next video of what book I did get for that, because I currently don't have it here because I left all my books that I am currently reading for my January TBR at school. I didn't realize that I was gonna have to leave them there because of weather. And I'm already halfway through every single book, even though one of the books I just started reading last week for 2 days, and I already was halfway through it, just because it was so good, and also because it had just been released, the audiobook on Spotify, and I'm technically reading the ARC version of the book, even though it was just published, because I only have the ARC version, and it's just interesting to see the differences between the audio and the ARC itself. And then Grace's boyfriend Brandon, that you've seen on this channel before, he gave me this sticker of Deadpool around Christmas time, because he had gotten, I think, a Funko Pop or something that came with it, and he didn't want it, so he gave it to me. So this is the first page, my title page for January of this year. I thought about keeping it nice and simple. Trying to flip through here. My hands are so dry because I was doing a lot of cleaning today. So I used to do a calendar. Bullet journals usually do calendars in the front. I just wanted to put the important events. You can see them. It's really hard to see the camera when I'm putting this in front of my face. So I have New Year's Day, the first quarter of the moon, full moon, and then last week, Friday, was my grandma, who is no longer with us, birthday. And then today is the 20th, so that's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, also known as Inauguration Day, because the president was inaugurated today, and we watched that. So we still have last quarter for the moon tomorrow. Then I have both my cousins, Lexi and Minton's birthdays on the 27th, and then the 29th is the new moon, also known as Chinese New Year's. I don't really celebrate that, but it was just, I felt important to put on my page to make for my guests. And then on this page, I'm putting the movies and TV shows that I have watched this year, and that will be, I will explain that after I'm done showing the rest of this. And then this page right here, I decided to put A and M YouTubers that I watch, and I might also put my YouTube videos that I make this month here, just because there's a lot of empty space and I want to decorate it more. It's just that I don't have a lot of access to that kind of stuff, and I'm not as very artsy when it comes to that stuff. So the A YouTuber that I have is Angel and Chris. They are a arcade/travel vloggers, and they got like 4 other channels, also known as Plush Wins. They have 444k subs. You know that. And there's a little crane. So they do a lot of crane videos. And then my M is Mel Reed. She has 97.9k subs, and she's a booktuber because I like getting book recommendations and stuff like that. And she's from Panama, and she's super interesting. I just found out about her last year, but those were the only 2 I had, an A and M. And then I have this page for playlist starters, and this is all the songs that I'm adding to my Spotify playlist for January. I will let you know at the end of the month what I have. I did start it, I just can't remember all the names of them, but I did name my playlist Craft this year. I know it's super funny. And then my January TBR is right here, but I'm not going to show too much of that because I want to put that in a different video. I have 3 books, but I technically read 4 books. And then my back page here just has more stickers, which is a lot of alien stickers because I got them out of those quarter machines. When it came to putting movies and TV shows that I did for January, I wanted to stick with A and M movies, but for TV shows I could do whatever. I did start and finish watching all of Rick and Morty. Again, I had watched them before, but I had recently got the Disney Plus/Hulu bundle, so I was able to watch it all through again, all the seasons, and I just really enjoy them. I think I like stupid adult humor and stuff like that. I'm currently watching, I think I started in the middle season of Bob's Burgers. I used to watch them, it's just that I didn't have access to it for very long, so I'm watching that. I am also watching Chowder. It is an older, early 2000s CN Cartoon Network kids cartoon, and I think I'm on the 2nd season. There's a lot of episodes and a lot of shows, and it's just super funny and very nostalgic for me. And then I did completely finish watching The Skeleton Crew. It is a Star Wars Disney Plus series, and it only had 8 episodes that came out every Tuesday, but I did finish watching that. It was very interesting, kind of long for me, and I'm hoping to be able to watch the last season of What If, the Marvel series on Disney Plus. I just haven't had time to because I've been so busy watching those other 2 shows, and plus me and Griffin, my boyfriend, watch it together. And for the movies, I have movies up here that you can see in the corner that I still have to watch for A and M because I had to go through my movies that are behind me that you can't see, and they're not organized because I just rearranged all of this to see what A&M movies I have, and I have 6 movies left. I have watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies already this year. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because I went to the movies yesterday with Griffin, and we watched the Mufasa movie, and that was awesome. He didn't really like it as much. I mean, he's the one who recommended it, but he didn't like it as much because he didn't realize it was going to be so musical with so many songs. But I absolutely loved it, and I cannot stop listening to the brother song that they sing. I heard that from Reels before I even saw the movie, and I didn't even know that was from there, but that was super awesome. For the A movies, you can't see it, I have, I'm a collector of VHSs because I have a VCR. And then below me here that you can't see is all my collections of like movies and series of movies and my Blu-rays. I got rid of all my box series in December because I realized I will never watch them, and I can basically get anything on streaming services, but these movies here I had collected before and I didn't want to get rid of them, so I've been going through it and I'm gonna try organizing them as I watch the movies, because otherwise the movies just collect dust and I don't like doing that. So the first one I have here that I watched Aladdin. When I was younger, we had Aladdin on VHS, and so it makes me feel glad that I have this. Aladdin is my favorite Disney prince movie, not favorite Disney princess. There's 2 different. This is my favorite prince one. My favorite Disney princess movie that I don't have. I probably should have it because I love it so much. Is Princess and the Frog. But Aladdin is just nostalgic to me, and he's kind of hot, even though he's a cartoon. And then also another A movie was Disney's Alice in Wonderland, the Johnny Depp version or the live action. The first one, I do not have Alice Through the Looking Glass, although I have seen that one several times, and I also have never actually seen the cartoon version of Alice in Wonderland. I know, which is really weird for my age, but there was a lot of movies we couldn't watch growing up, and that was one of them that I just never seen, so yeah, even though I know the plot line. And then I think that's it for A movies. I currently have, for A movies that I want to watch, I have just Star Wars Attack of the Clones, and then I do have Allegiant from the Divergent series, but I don't remember anything about Divergent, so I figured I would just wait until I get to D, when I can watch Divergent, so that I would watch Divergent and then Allegiance. Or is it Insurgent for? I can't remember. I wish I was reading the book for it so I could follow along with it, but unfortunately I don't have the book for it, so we will be waiting on that one. So it's kind of like a do not watch, a D and W. I don't know. Anyways, the M movies that I have watched, I have on VHS is Monsters Inc. And yes, it is the blue tape. And yes, I do rewind these when I'm done because I am very clean when it comes to that. I really enjoyed watching this. I hadn't watched this since like maybe 1st or 2nd grade in school, and so that was interesting. I also watched on the exact same day, if there's Monsters Inc. for Disney Pixar's, then the DreamWorks version would be Monsters vs. Aliens, and this again was another movie from my childhood that I enjoyed. I think I was like 2nd grade when this came out, and that one was awesome. And then I also watched quickly through, I had watched these in the last year, so I kind of like just had it on as background noise. I had Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's kind of an older movie, and it's super funny, a lot of adult humor in it, a lot of potty humor, but I enjoyed it. I figured this out in high school. I really enjoyed that movie. Mary Poppins. This is Griffin's favorite musical movie, and this is my grandma's disc that I got from her when she passed. And Mary Poppins is just such an awesome movie to watch. And then lastly, I have Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. I know this is like one of those movies that came out and it was good and then you never heard of it again, but I have it and I think it's super cool. Yeah, that's what. And then for the movies for M that I still have to watch are My Neighbor Totoro. You would say, why not put that under T? Well, because my is next to M. And then I have Mission Impossible 1 and 2 to watch. And then I have the first Mamma Mia and Mamma Mia Here We Go Again to watch for M. But I reorganized this so all my books could fit on it. All of these books I pretty much got in the month of December, and all of this here is what I originally had. Over here you can see my original 2 collector's books up here, and then it goes across. And I'm not going to take a whole bunch of time to tell you every single book. I would just figure out that you would see the books when I do them for my TBR that I have read. And speaking of TBR, I never said what I did read in December, so I gotta look that up real quick. Before I look that up, I actually got my first book of January yesterday. I was gonna start filming yesterday, and I've been having some like issues because I've been starting a new medication and it had some side effects to it that I'm still trying to figure out. But I went to the Free Little Libraries. I know it's super cold outside, why would you do that? I went to like 3 of them and they weren't really interesting, obviously, because nobody's putting books in them, or new books are switching them out because of it being winter outside. So I just left the books that I was going to do in my collection. But I did go to Goodwill and I got this book here. This is on my Goodreads TBR list. This is called Before We Were Yours by Lisa Wingate. And this is a story that basically is between 2 different perspectives of someone named Real and another person named Avery. And basically, like, from the family before it was what it is now, and her trying to uncover things of the past and what happened. And it's kind of like, I don't know what kind of, like, oh, it says historical fiction on the back. I don't have my little post-it note to be able to show you guys because I wanted to give it a rough version. I figured I would just show post-it notes after I read them. But this originally cost me $4 at Goodwill, but the original price when it came out was $17. And let's see here, how many pages is in it? This has a reader's guide in the back for, like, book clubs. It is 334 pages. Yeah. And I don't know how many stars there is on Goodreads because I have not opened my Goodreads in a bit, but I'm assuming it's good. I just don't like that it's damaged. Like, I'm glad the spine's not broken, but this kind of upsets me just a little bit. But I'm glad that I have it now in my collection to read. I don't know when I will be reading it because I already know what I want to read for February. From what I read in December, I just looked it up there. I rated them all 4 stars. I finished 4 books in December. I finished 2 books that I was halfway through in December, and then I finished and started 2 books in December. I don't have any of them here because 1, I returned to the library. 2 of them were part of a library box thing we did at school that I ended up returning even though I had filmed them. And then the other one is up here, this one right here. I had this book was shown, I think, in my very first book video, and it took me forever to get through because of the reading level. If you don't know what that is, it is The Castle Corona by Sharon Creech. It was an awesome book and not what I remember from when I was younger. and I just thoroughly enjoyed the ending of it. I didn't remember that being the ending, but it was, without spoiling anything. And then the other one that I finished, I was already halfway done, was Educated by Tara Westover. It is a memoir about her life and how she was a Mormon, I think, and she kind of have an abusive family situation, and how she never had an education when she was younger. She never went to school, and then she went to college and she learned about stuff she didn't know about, and finding out that she was psychologically abused by her brother and stuff like that. And that was I want to say it impacted my life a lot, about thinking about certain things that people may take for granted in life. And I wish I had a physical copy. My sister has a physical copy in her collection, but she's never finished it, and I kind of wanted to steal it back from her, but I didn't. But I saw a copy at Goodwill yesterday, but I was like, why would I get a copy of it if I might not read it again? I don't know if some people who are booktubers or book talkers or whatever, when they get books, if they ever think, I'm gonna read it but I'm never gonna read it again, if I should actually have a physical copy or not. Let me know down in the comments if you are. Why do you get physical copies? I don't have a Kindle. I know that a lot of people do. It's just I don't necessarily have the money to get one or really want one. I prefer physical copies with reading with audiobooks, but that's just my preference. You do you. And the other two that I had, so we did this thing known as a library box during the month of December, where we filled out a Google form of genres we liked, lengths, all these different things for our librarian at the school to pick out books for us. She could pick out from 1 to 3 books, and I ended up having 3 books that she picked out for me. I only read 2 out of the 3 because the third one was, I think, a little bit over 400 pages, and the other ones were like between like 300 and 400. And I'm just like someone who's, when there's books that are over 400 pages, that it gets a little bit harder for me to read because they're so long. Like, I have Christian Hanna's The Nightingale right here, and that's well over 400 pages, and that might be the only book in one of my TBRs in one of the months this year where I'm only reading that because of how long it is. And so I didn't do that. I think it was called Nightbirds. I can't remember the name of it. If I find a picture of it, I'll post it right here so you can see. The books that I did read and complete was All of My Rage by Sabatar. The picture should be right here for it. It was between the perspective of 2 different people of Salahuddin and Noor. I'm trying to remember the names of them because they have interesting Indian names, and I have to remember the plot too because it was a month ago that I read this. And basically Salahuddin's mom dies in the story, and he is coping with grief and trying to take care of her dream of their Motel Inn, and his alcoholic dad who doesn't seem to care for him at all, and he's trying to keep the motel, pay the bills while also going to school as a senior. And Noor, she works at a liquor store of her basically abusive uncle who physically abuses her, and they kind of connect in like a friends to lovers situation. It was very interesting. What put me through a lot of emotions at some point now to just slap some characters and throw the book across the room. And I'm guessing that's why it's called All of My Rage, because it makes you feel the rage too. And then the other book that I read was XOXO by XEO, and that is a first of 2 books The other one's called ASAP, that came out like a couple years ago, but it is basically about I can't remember the name of the girl in the story. And I can't remember the name of the guy either. That's terrible for me to not remember. Anyways, the one girl, she is a cellist. Her name was Jenny. Her name was Jenny, and then the guy, he was a K-pop idol. I'm trying to remember his name. It will probably pop up in my head at some point. Anyways, they meet randomly one night in her uncle's karaoke bar. They're Korean, and they basically go on this like date at like a festival, and then he goes back to Seoul, and her grandma, who lives in Seoul, ends up getting sick, and so she ends up moving to Seoul with her mom for a couple months and going to school there, like a music academy, and she doesn't realize that he goes to that music academy, and basically it just goes like through high school shenanigans of becoming friends and falling in love with each other, and how K-pop idols deal with paparazzi and newsfeed and how hard it is to date. And then the guy's name is Jae-woo, I just remembered, thank you. And then in ASAP, I have not read it yet, but I want to this year if I can find it. It deals with the secondary characters that are in XOXO, Nathaniel, and I can't remember the girl's name. Nathaniel and the other girl that's in the first book about their in and out relationship together. I ended up reading that one 4 stars too. I'm so excited. Anyway, so did you guys like this video? I sure hope that you did. I know it was very random, very chaotic, and I probably just repeated myself a lot, and I didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to basically put everything in that I have been trying to say for a whole month now into one video before getting my year started from how hectic it's been. Comment down below if you got any books for Christmas or what is currently on your January reading list. Also, if you would like to see my Goodreads TBR or what I'm doing for reading and stuff, my Goodreads profile will be down below, so you can check it out. Also, make sure that you subscribe down below for when I make new videos. I don't do it as much as I get sick a lot, and I don't know why. Also turn on the notification bell for whenever I'm not being lazy and I actually post videos. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!